I just got back from Seoul after spending 1 month there in Seoul, South Korea. So in this video, I want to talk to you about my experience nomading in Seoul. My name is David. I'm a freelance web developer, now currently at my home base in Las Vegas. So you're going to see me walking around my residential neighborhood here for a while. But the trip was not just Seoul, it was to Taipei in Taiwan before that, and also Jeju Island in Korea. I had this vision of just wanting to see how those places were like, how it felt, how things are, and I just went for it. And I want to first talk to you about the public transportation. So we flew from Jeju Island to Korea. There's Jeju Island to Seoul, and there's two airports there. One is more closest to the city, and when we got in, we took the public transportation, took the subway metro from it to our Airbnb, and unfortunately we got a little lost. So the metro there is much more dynamic than other places. They have multiple kinds of trains and subways, and it doesn't go at a fixed interval, okay, this train comes every 15 minutes, this one comes every 20 minutes. It staggers, is more dynamic. They have different kinds of trains, different trains on different routes going the same path, and there's express trains too. So when we were using the Naver app, we didn't know which one was an express, which wasn't at times. So when we got there, we got on a train that came sooner, which was not the express route. So it took us a while to get into the city, and then when we had a transfer, and then on the transfer, we got on a train that went the opposite way. So it was because there's a lot going on there. So you want to make sure you get on the proper train while visiting Seoul. So the metro subway is way more robust than typical. The bus we also used a lot. We used more. It was actually easier to use the bus to get around because it was more straightforward. It's more what you think. It comes at a regular interval. So using this bus was fine, but overall, it's good. You can get around the city. You have to plan things carefully. You have to take your time navigating the metro. On the way back, so we took the bus, airport limousine bus thing from Seoul, the city center, to the airport, which was out there, and it took us 2 hours to get there. So you have to plan carefully with this public transportation while you're visiting. The next thing I want to talk about is cost being there. It's pretty comparable to the United States, like in Las Vegas, like a mid-city Las Vegas when you're there. Like how eating out is expensive here, eating out is also expensive there. Like Korean restaurants in America, they're usually at a premium price, and it's the same thing over there. They had fast food, Western fast food, I should say, which was slightly cheaper than a generic Korean restaurant, but usually Korean restaurant was more than the fast food. So keep that in mind. Rent. We found a cheap place that was a little not in the trendy areas. We stayed at this place that was near the fish market actually. So every time we had to walk to the bus stop, we had to walk through the fish market. But it was cheap, around a little over $900 for the month staying there. And this place had a lot of foreigners. They had a 1 month minimum as well, staying there. But it was fine, a comfortable stay, comfortable accommodation. It was peaceful, safe, secure there. Food was good. Food was great. You notice that the Korean restaurants, the Korean food, they have a lot of exotic options, like raw crabs, snails, squids, octopus, cold noodles, and these things are kind of like normal day to day over there. I didn't really try too much of the exotic food options. I just stick to like ones you'll normally find common in America, and it was great eating there. They will have kimchi all the time, kimchi like every day as a side. I wonder how it became so mainstream there, because kimchi is pretty unique to Korea. And like I'll have like a kimchi in the soup, and then it's kimchi also as a side. And at first I thought it was too much, but then it kind of got addicted to me, and I got used to eating it every day. Now I kind of miss it. My meals kind of feel incomplete without it. But food was good. Wi-Fi was fine. For the most part, they had Wi-Fi on the buses, coffee shops, restaurants have them. The Wi-Fi at my Airbnb was fine. I only had issues a couple of times, and as in the speed wasn't there as needed. And usually this happened when like the coffee shop was part of like a larger building, a larger mall that shared the same Wi-Fi. But besides that, I was able to work fine at all the coffee shops I would go to work at. And just overall, it's fun. There's a lot of interesting neighborhoods, so I'll work all day and then go walk around different neighborhoods at night. A lot of things to do, to see as well. So I enjoyed my time there. I recommend it. And just I had this vision of traveling, working on my business, and things weren't ready when I made this trip happen, but I took this trip anyways. So anytime you have a goal, you're never gonna always feel perfectly ready. Things aren't gonna be perfect, but you should still go for them anyways. So if you have a goal like coding, starting a business, creating an app, you just gotta make things work, because things aren't just gonna happen to you. So that's all I want to share with you today about my experience nomading in Seoul. If you need help building out a project, a website, a web app, a SaaS app, feel free to message me, as I'm a freelancer and I can see how I can help. Also, if you need help learning to code and need coaching help, feel free to message me as well. Thank you so much.